So, what's up guys, it's George again. Let me just show you something. Let me just share this with you real quick. So I've just been able to pull £6,875 and 70p from the market. Let me just zoom in so you can see that there. Again, trading day has just finished. And I thought I'd make a video on this because really there's only really two reasons why I've been able to do this, right? I've been able to pull £6,875 and 70p from the markets in just a couple of hours. And really the first reason for that is because I'm trading with the right size capital. I'm a properly capitalized trader. I'm not trading with a few £1,000s, I mean even 20,000, 30,000 pounds. I'm trading with six figures, multiple six figures in this case. And what that does for a trader, it really allows them to settle and focus and be laid back on the markets, because we're not here trying to make 20, 30, 40, 50% a month in the markets to pay ourselves what we deserve. We're looking for the right opportunities, right? We're able to sit on our hands and wait for the right opportunities. So again, because I'm properly capitalized, I've been able to pull some pretty incredible gains from the market in just a very, very short period of time. And the second reason, which is really the main reason that I wanted to focus on in this video, is because I have an edge in the market. I have an edge in the market that really allows me to find and execute trades that I know the probabilities are in my favor. I know that when I pull the trigger on that trade, that the odds on me making money is far greater than me losing it. Now, I wanted to do a quick trade walkthrough. I wanted to share my screen with you. So let me just share my screen with you and let me sort of walk you through, I guess, the sort of thought process behind the trade itself. Great. So, as you can see here, this is my chart. This is the trade that I placed this morning. Came out for around 7.85 R on this trade. So risk-adjusted return. Again, if you're trading 1% risk, you're looking at about 7.85%. And something that you'll pick up from if you follow me and you sort of see the way that I do things, and you've been following me for a couple of years, let's say, you'll see that every single one of my trades is exactly the same. Exactly the same. They look exactly like this. There's that little green funny box on the left-hand side. There's a few little lines on there, but every single trade looks basically identical. And that's because I have a mechanical trading strategy. A mechanical trading strategy that essentially leads me to these opportunities in the market where I have got a statistical edge of the market. Again, I've put years of testing into the way that I do things, and that's why I was able to walk away with just shy of £7,000 this morning on the markets. So again, just to sort of recap this, I mean, let me just drop down to my entry time frame and sort of see how this trade played out. Again, you can see here that we run this area of liquidity up here, and we had a nice reaction back to the downside. Again, telling me really here that the price was likely to go in its sort of intended direction. I was able to get into this trade at 9:27. So again, to be honest with you, this is usually later than what I typically like to trade, but I was in the trade at 9:27, and my take profit was hit at 11:15. So in under 2 hours, I was able to pull out 7.85 R from the markets, and again, just shy of £7,000. And one of the real reasons why I trade like this is because for me, it really removes a lot of those sort of big killers that a lot of traders face when they're trying to find profitability in the market, right? We're talking about things like stress and emotion. This is something I'm going to touch on in another video, but when you're trading with mechanical rules, really don't have to worry about stress or emotion. Again, this is kind of a myth for a lot of traders, right? Instead of me having to analyze the markets and come up with trading ideas, I just have to follow the rules, really. I have a set of rules that I teach my students in the community, and it's fully step by step. It tells me when X happens, I do Y with my stop loss here and my take profit there. And this is why all of my trades look the same, right? Because it's not me coming up with the trades. I'm not coming up with the analysis here. I'm simply following the rules that I've tested in the markets already. Like I say, if I see that there's a trade that meets my rules, I take the trade. If I don't, then I walk away and I come back the next day. My trading days are 1 to 2 hours a day maximum. And majority of the days, to be honest, I'm not actually trading. Most of the time I'm sat doing other things, really. Again, I call myself a trader, but I probably spend the least amount of time trading with everything I do. And often that's a difficult thing for new traders to get their head around, right? A lot of people think that you have to sit on the markets all day, every day, Frankfurt session, London session, New York session, in order to find enough percentage in order for you to actually make enough money, right? But the way that I teach and the way that, and the sort of idea that I have behind the markets is, I mean, this is a capital game, right? This is not a trading game. This is a capital game. And the more capital that we can get access to, the easier our life is. I mean, look at this. I mean, 7.85 are taken from this trade. I mean, 7.85% at 1% risk. I mean, if you go and do that, even on, let's say, £100,000 account, you're pulling over double the average UK salary, monthly salary, and that's in less than 2 hours, in fact, an hour and 45 minutes or so. So this is something that I'm a big believer in, right? It's not about finding as many trades as possible and squeezing every last percentage out of every last trade that you can possibly find in the market. It's about gaining a statistical edge in the markets, okay? A statistical edge and a mathematically proven edge, a mechanical strategy that leads you to opportunities just like this. And I mean, I could go through the markets, honestly, and sort of find hundreds of trades over the last few years that have looked pretty much identical to this. Again, opportunities very, very similar, opportunities very similar, opportunities very similar, opportunities very similar. And you can see that this cycle repeats in the market time and time again. And again, I don't worry about things like trend lines or indicators or support or resistance or anything like that. Again, this is really just based on the market mechanics, right? The price delivery, sequence that the market follows every single day. Again, whether I make 3% on a trade, whether I make near on 8% like I have done today, every single trade is exactly the same. It's mechanical, it's rules-based, it's emotionless, it's stress-free. I mean, I don't make decisions here, right? I don't make decisions in the market. Again, something that often people can't really get their head around. We're not here to make decisions, we're here to follow the rules, right? We've tested these rules and we've collected the data on these rules, and if we can follow them, we can stay disciplined towards those rules, it leads us to opportunities just like this. So a really, really nice day on the markets, really nice day on the markets. Let me just get rid of this for a second. So yeah, like I said, a really nice day on the markets. Pulled just shy of £7,000 from the market. And to be honest with you, that'll probably be me done for the week. I'll come back next week and see what opportunities come. But for me, I'm not really too bothered. I could sit out of the markets for a couple of weeks now. I could sit on my hands because, to be honest with you, if my rules aren't met, then I'm not going to take a trade because I trust them. Right? I've got the data there to tell me that I need to be trusting my rules, and if I can, and if I can stay disciplined towards that, then it leads me to opportunities just like this. So just a quick recap, really. I'm going to say this in every single video because this is what I firmly believe every single trader needs to become profitable. Number one is make sure you're properly capitalized. If you're not trading with 100K at least, then you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. And you can use prop firms, right? You don't need the money yourself. You can use prop firms and get access to that capital fairly easily if you've got my second point as well, which is a statistically proven edge in the market that is mechanical, and it leads you to opportunities that are on my screen right now that you're not seeing, but I am seeing. If you can have those two things and you can dial in on those two things, then I mean, really the world is your oyster, right? You really have the golden ticket to become a very, very successful trader. Just like I've helped, 860 odd people in my community at the moment, all following these exact mechanics, all getting multiple 6 figures in funding, some even 7 figures in funding, and just doing things the right way, right? They flipped the typical narrative on their head of, I need to have a load of strategies, I need to trade all of the pairs in the world to make as much percentage as I can on my small little account. They flipped that narrative on their head and they said, I can use one strategy, I can trade 2 pairs, 1 pair, and I'm trading with multiple 6 figures. So I don't need to make a lot of percentage in the market for me to live a very, very healthy life. Very healthy life. So yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update. My last video had a lot of interest of people wanting to sort of come on board with what we do and come and learn my strategies. So if you're also one of those people, I've stuck a link in the description of this video. You can go through there. I've put together a free training video where I essentially explain this whole process in a little bit more detail and sort of give you my thoughts and also tell you my story as well. At the end of that video, you then have the opportunity to come and work with me or apply to work with me. I mean, we don't work with everyone. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, if maybe this has resonated with you and this has sort of sparked some light bulb moment in your head, then number 1, be sure to check out that video in the description. Also make sure you subscribe because there's going to be more of this coming as well. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one.